Hello guys, and thanks for tuning in to our first franchise mode here in NHL 26. As you can see, we got no top players. It's an expansion team, the Houston Wranglers. We also made the AHL team, the Flint Forge, that goes along with it. So it should be a fun time. We got the Lone Star Center. We're gonna move the Wranglers over to the Central Division and move Utah out of here over to the Pacific with all the rest of those teams. And here we go. Obviously, owner mode off, player morale off, fog of war, head coach edit lines. That's all that we do. I'm going to edit these quick and let's get right into this. Before we start, I'll show you guys the jerseys, right? So they're pretty nice, I'd say. I kind of was inspired by the creamsicle jerseys from the Buccaneers. If you watched this week's Sunday Night Football or Sunday Football, they're clean. The orange, red, and white we got on here. We got the stars on the shorts. It's perfect. We got nice socks there. The away jerseys. I asked a few people. They're really white, and people wanted some more color in there, so I added a little bit red, a little bit of orange. The pants once again orange, and then the socks same kind of concept. And then the red, it's a little bit like the Calgary Flames jerseys, but they're our alternate, right? So I still think they're pretty cool. I personally really like them. I hope you guys like them too. Our mascot here, I actually haven't given him a name. So that needs to happen right now. I just remembered that. And obviously this doesn't matter. But let's see. The arena here. How do we go over here? There we go. So the arena preview right here. Here is Lone Star Arena, home of the Houston Wranglers. Pretty sweet if you ask me. Look at that. So, let's get it underway and look at the settings. Alright guys, so here are the rules and settings here we got injury occurrence on 25. So hopefully that kind of numbs it down a little bit, but I do like injuries. It's realistic, right? So we like to use those a little bit. We got sim engine, draft quality, generated prospect quality, all on medium. So no funny business. I like just the straight rules. And yeah, we got the difficulty on pro for when we go in and watch the AIs, and let's get right into this. And our franchise mode is started up. We got the expansion draft coming up. We got the draft class, and I figured we might as well just look at the draft class first, right? Because this is going to be our most important thing to start off this franchise. We're not going to get anything good from the expansion draft. At least how I like to draft. I like to draft realistic. So if you guys are going to get mad at the comments, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be taking Seth Jarvis or anyone like that shouldn't be getting let up at the draft. So number one here, Landon Staples, the 6'1" left wing out of the U.S. A plus shooting, A plus puck skills, skating, hands, and elite speed. Guy Lafleur, NHL ready. He looks disgusting. And then you got Nikita Andronov, two-way forward, center. Supposed to be a really good all-around player. He looks nasty as well. Quinn Strudwick from Hungary, the left winger. A plus puck skills, but he doesn't look as balanced as the rest of them. 5'8", 160 pounds, so he's like the Chell build. Zachary Montoya, 6'4", 202-pound defenseman out of the U.S. East. Big defenseman, but not great offensively. He has a good shot, but the teammate utilization is a weakness. Zdeno Chara, similar style, which is pretty wild, the 1-year ETA. And then the French, Cohen Keatley. What is that X Factor? Elite edges, 6'1", 188, sniper, a 200-foot game, skating, magic hands, A plus shooting for the French sniper playing on the SCL Tigers in the NLA over there. Mikko Koivu, similar style, NHL ready. So Cohen Keatley looks like my favorite personally. I mean, obviously Landon Staples is a stud. He looks incredible, and Andronov looks pretty good as well. But what are the odds we jump up one or two? Keeley looks like he could be an awesome option. There's also a couple more probably in here. Let's see. We'll take a look. Nikita Andronov, or Alexandrov, sorry. Pobazel from from Slovakia there. It's just the first year's tough, right? Nobody has anyone scouted. We don't know anything about anybody. There's a goalie here, Altonen, could be an interesting player. We still don't know much about him. He's supposed to go second round, so I assume he'd probably be pretty good, knowing EA. Putting them second round is usually the highest, right? So, yeah. I mean, if we can just get a top 5 pick, that's all I want, man. Give me a top 5 and let me get Keatley. That's what I want. That would be a terrific start to the franchise mode. Here we go. We drop down to 5, but we get the 5th pick, and we're guaranteed one of those studs. Pittsburgh goes to 1. 10-1 to get the American Sniper. They get 2 first and second overall. Are you kidding me? Pittsburgh has just had an incredible jump via New York Rangers. Does that mean... No, that's their pick, I'm pretty sure. Wow. Wow. Pittsburgh goes up to 1-2. That is insane. I've never seen that before. San Jose goes to 3, Chicago to 4, Houston to 5, Nashville to 6. Well, I mean, we dropped down 2, but God, we'll take it. We'll take it. So, wow, we've already had a ridiculous start. Pittsburgh drafting 2, well, probably getting 2 franchise players. Not franchise potential, but incredible players, 1 and 2, on the back end of Crosby and Malkin's careers. That is ridiculous. They are the luckiest franchise in sports. So, we're about to start the expansion draft, and this is important. In case you guys don't know, you can draft 8 skaters and a goalie. Or, sorry, each team can protect 8 skaters and a goalie. Any kind of combination there. Usually 7 forwards, 3 defensemen, 1 goalie. Something like that. So, we're going to start up, and we're going to be realistic in this expansion draft. If we see a team give up a core player or a player we know would be in that, I'm not going to take him because I don't enjoy playing that way. Realistically, sometimes teams are giving up people that are it's just ridiculous. That should never be that way. So here on Anaheim, who do we got? We're playing with expiring deals. So taking a guy on a one year, it's useless, right? They're just gonna leave. So they got Jan Mysak here, former Canadian. He's a sniper, only 3 stars, nothing special, 22 years old. And then they got Nestorenko, a 6th round pick from Minnesota. He has some playmaking ability, terrible at face-offs, but we'd move him off of center. 23 years old, medium top 9, 76 overall. I think we'll take Jan Mysak. We'll take Jan Mysak, our first pick in the expansion draft. Now we got Mark Kastelik, Henry Jokiharju, John Beecher, which is a pretty good player there. Blumo, Alex Steves. Who's bossing you up in net? Jonas Corpusalo. No, thank you. We're going to take John Beecher, the 6'3", 24-year-old power forward. Good center there. Could be a good bottom 6 player for us. He's not incredible yet, but yeah, they got Alex Tuck here, but if you guys don't know, 1 year left, we got to re-sign him. And realistically, they don't want to sign with an expansion team that draft them for no reason. We could sign them in free agency if they go to free agency. That's kind of how I look at it. There's no reason to take a chance when we could get an actual roster player. So here, Buffalo has 2 very solid defensemen, and we haven't seen any defensemen here so far. They also have Jason Zucker. They have Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. That looks like the goalie we're going to take here. The 26-year-old starter, 4 years, $4.75 million. He has a 5-team no-trade clause that kicks in, which is nothing, right? That's not a big deal. We're going to take Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Our first goalie off the board is from the Buffalo Sabres. They're giving up Rasmus Anderson, Blake Coleman, Connor Zary. I'm not going to take him. Connor Zary in real life, very, very good player, and Calgary would not want to give a young stud up like that. So we're gonna help you out, Calgary, and we're not gonna take your young stud. We'll take Blake Coleman, a pretty good player. We need some guys that can actually do some. There's also Sharon Govich, though. Sharon Govich, 27 years old. He's 5 years younger, but three more years at or 5 years, 5.75 million. I think does he have a no trade? Yeah, he's a no trade of 10 teams. Coleman's a power forward with X factors, which is nice. Could be a trade candidate. He has a 10-team no trade. Uh, Sharon Govich. We'll take Sharon Govich for now. We'll take Sharon Govich for now and try and get some younger players, right? That might be here. See, Carolina doesn't know what they're doing. Svechnikov, Keandre Miller, they just signed him to 8 years. We're not taking them. That is ridiculous. That's stupid. There's no way they'd ever be protecting those guys. But someone we can take that I wouldn't be surprised Carolina giving up in real life is Shane Gostisbehere. He's not really a proven player. They're not giving up Kachekov either. That's for sure. He's not a proven player in the league. He's had good seasons, right? But he's also had some bad years, like in Arizona, minus 23. Not that it's all his fault, but he's not a great defensive player. But wouldn't this be a great player to top our first power play unit? We already got our first power play defenseman, and I think that's a good pick there. I think that's a fair pick, and yeah, he's gonna be a good player for our team. They got no one. Chicago has nobody. They got Tony. I don't even know who that is. Shea Weber. If we want to pick Weber up, we're gonna take Arvid Soderblom here as our second goalie, 82 overall, 25 years old, RFA. Here we got Josh Manson as one of the options. Jack Drury from Colorado. They got Scott Wedgwood they're giving up. Logan O'Connor. I really like Logan O'Connor in this game. This could be a ridiculous pick, but no, I'm not going to take him. But I really like him. Here's a guy I do like, though, a lot. Jack Drury. Great, great face-offs for a center. This is a perfect third, fourth line player off the bat for us that can play penalty kill, be defensively responsible, and maybe grow into something decent. We're going to take Jack Drury and have our third center off the board here. We got a good little center core coming along. Damon Severson, Columbus is not giving him up for free. They do not need to do that. Their captain, Boone Jenner, 1 year left. Matthew Olivier, huge contract I'm not too interested in. They don't really got too many people I'm interested in on this Columbus team here. It's not looking too pretty for them. They got who is this? Stanislav Svazil, third round pick from Columbus in 2021. We're gonna take him, young 22-year-old defenseman. They really just got nothing there. Dallas would be protecting Lindell. He's their third best defenseman. I don't really know what's going on, but hey, there's Nils Lundqvist, a young defenseman right there. Maverick Bork, a young forward right there. Would they give up Maverick Bork in real life over Jamie? I guess Jamie Ben's there over Tyler Seguin. No, they wouldn't. And that's Nils Lundqvist, though. Maybe I can see. He didn't have a great year last year. He was supposed to be great with. Actually, he was better than I thought. 23, 24, but last year he didn't really get into many games. He might have gotten hurt. I can't recall, but we're gonna take Nils Lundqvist. Offensive defenseman, good shot. We'll see if he can grow into something, but he'll at least have some decent trade value off the bat. So we're up to 3 defensemen, 3 center, 2 goalies, 1 left winger. Patty Kane, JT Comfrey here, Bergen, goalies. Sebastian Casa. I don't think in real life he'd even be eligible to go in the expansion draft, but I'll check this out real quick. Yep, I thought about it, and why would Detroit give up their only decent-looking goalie in the system? We're not going to take him. We're going to look at Bernard Docker or Bergen here. Jonathan Bergen, Bernard Docker. They're both not too promising they're not very promising young players, but they both look okay. Bergen's a lot of what we have already. Bernard Docker gives us some actual defense in our defensive group, so we're going to take Jacob Bernard Docker there. Here we go, Edmonton. They got Vasily Podkolzin. He hasn't turned into much this Matthew Savoie. We're not going to take Savoie. That's ridiculous. Robbie Arventi. Goalies. We don't want any of Edmonton's goalies, that's for sure. We're going to take Vasily Podkolzin, power forward, 23 years old. He was a former 10th overall pick from Vancouver, but if you look at his stats, man, he hasn't done what they were hoping. He looked okay in that rookie year I think he was playing with Höglander. At least he was playing the same time as him, and everyone was kind of excited about those young players, but he didn't really turn into much. Hopefully he can turn into something on our team. Could be someone exciting. Florida's an interesting team because they got some guys that they gotta give up. They can't hold on to all these guys. And I see one right here. Mackie Samoskevich, probably a sniper, right? Two-way forward, but a good shot on him. 22 years old, medium top 6. We can make this guy a sniper, try to grow his shooting a little bit. He could be a stud. He should be pretty fast. Real life, he's pretty quick. Yeah. I think that'd be a great winger there. Right wing, we're going to take Samoskevich, the 22-year-old. Thank you, Florida. We're looking not bad. I mean, our team's not great. We're not looking like a playoff team, but we got some pieces. Kempe there, Brian Dumoulin, Cody Ceci, Armia, Edmondson. No one I'm really interested in. Samuel Bolduc, medium top 9. Forsberg. Yeah, this is tough. This is probably the worst one we've had so far. This is probably the most disappointing one. Samuel Bolduc will take. Medium top 4 defenseman, 24 years old. He might have some value. He might be alright. Jonas Brodin. We're not giving up Jonas Brodin. Spurgeon they might be giving up, but I don't know if we're too interested in taking a 35-year-old Spurgeon. What we could do is take him and retain a salary and make a big trade. And that's something I might be interested in doing. Get a pick for next year. Giving up Philip Gustafson. Oh, he's one year left. We're going to take Jared Spurgeon and we're going to trade him at the draft. Retain that salary and dump him out while he still has some good value. At least we'll trade him before the trade deadline. I can promise you guys that. Or if you guys think differently, let me know what you're hoping for. Here's Alex Newhook from the Canadiens. Joe Velino, Arbor Jacki here. Owen Beck. That's an interesting player. He's very, very solid. But in this game, I think I would rather have Newhook, the 24-year-old playmaker. We get some playmaking and shooting off the bat here. He'll be playing in the top 6. We're giving him a great chance to break out. So I think we're going to take Montreal's Newhook. Phil, who are they giving us? Barron, I see. Justin Barron, former Canadian, I think. Justin Barron. Nick Perbix. Nick Perbix not bad. I think Justin Barron's probably the best player. We're going to take Justin Barron quick here. Unless they're giving up a goalie. I'm thinking, yeah, I was thinking they had still someone else in the system for some reason. New Jersey Devils here. Dougie Hamilton. Yeah, sure, they're giving up their best defenseman. Thanks, New Jersey. Siegenthaler and Pesce. They got Luke Hughes. Maybe Pesce would be. We're going to take Brett Pesce from New Jersey. Unless there's something else, and there's not. Brett Pesce, welcome to Houston. We got 8 defensemen. We're taking a lot of D now. Anders Lee. And here's another defenseman I like, Boakfist. But Holmstrom, good two-way forward. I like Holmstrom a lot. Jean-Gabriel Pageau. Could be a French guy for our possible 5th overall French pick. Possibly. No, I think we'll go Holmstrom here. I think that's probably the best bet. Get a medium top 9 winger. You know, he's going to be a solid bottom 6 guy. We got a lot of those guys, but yeah, Brain Schneider, one of their better defensemen. They're not giving him up. The young stud. Leafs should have drafted him. I was saying it. I mean, what happened to Amirov was terrible. It was too bad, but who knows what would have happened with him. So I guess I can't really say too much about it, but man, I was really hoping the Leafs were going to take Schneider that year, that 10th overall pick. Brett Berard here from New York. He looks solid, 78 overall, 22 years old. Another young forward. We'll try him out. We got nothing. We got nothing to lose with those guys. Shane Pinto, Ottawa would never let that guy go. Who else they got? David Perron. I like David Perron. He's only 1 year left. Zub's one of their best defensemen. They wouldn't be letting Zub go. Tyler Kleven's a good defensive defenseman. We're going to take Tyler Kleven. Oh, Jordan Spence they just picked up too. We don't need another offense. We're going to take Tyler Kleven. I like him. He's only medium top 6D, but he's a good defensive defenseman. We don't really got nothing like. We don't got too many guys like him. Noah Cates on. Wow, Noah Cates. Look at that defense. Noah Cates looks like a defensive stud. We're going to take Noah Cates, play him on that first line PK. Yeah, that's a perfect player for that, man. That's awesome. We're going to take Noah Cates right here. That's a great player. I love that. Mantha, Dallas has no one. Or Pittsburgh has nobody for us. This is, yeah. This is ugly. I'm not too interested in any of these guys, really. Justin Brazeau, former Bruin. Not a big fan of that guy. Connor Dewar, former Leaf. Two-way forward. A professional, they say. That could be interesting, Connor Dewar. That's not that interesting, but we'll take him anyways. It's not going to be a big deal for us, Connor Dewar. There's Timothy Liljegren. I'm not a big fan of Liljegren. I don't need him. And I don't want him either. The Sharks. Like, who are the Sharks giving up? Nedeljkovic. Klingberg. A bunch of nobodies. Ryan Reeves. We're going to take Ryan Reeves. Ryan Reeves for the AHL. For that AHL team in Flint. Trying to get the fans riled up. Of a great NHL player. Not a great NHL player, but a long-time NHL vet. We're going to bring him in. Nick Bukestad here. Looks pretty good on St. Louis. Tropchenko, Tucker, Texier. Texier also a bust, but he doesn't really got much more time to grow. We're going to take Nick Bukestad. We got a lot of power forwards, a lot of big players on our team, but I'm fine with that. I'm not too worried. Could be worse. Could have a bunch of Mitch Marners. They got Moser there, JJ Moser. Ryan McDonough is up. Eric Chernak. Coming off a big injury, right? No, he's not. Sergachev is. That's who I was thinking of last year. JJ Moser. Tampa has some good guys. Tampa has some good players here. It's between Moser and Chernak, I think, for me. They're really the only two guys that are decent. We could get a big defensive. We're going to take Chernak. Why not? No trade clause, though, for 2 years. Moser, on the other hand, we'll have to re-sign him this year. He's an RFA, though. Moser's a 2 AD. 2 overalls less than Chernak. We're going to take Chernak. I think he's a better player. I like Chernak. Nick Robertson here from the Leafs. The Leafs are finally giving up on him. We're going to take him. We get a young sniper with a chance to shine on a young, or not really a young team, but a new team. And a chance with not many great players in the lineup. So, Nick Robertson could be a great player for us. Brandon Tanev here, I like. I like Brandon Tanev. I'm not a big fan of anyone else here. Unless they have a goalie. No. We're going to take Brandon Tanev, a little grinder. His contract's a little big, but he has an X factor. Oh yeah, Vancouver. Quinn Hughes, nice. So we could take Quinn Hughes, but I'm I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see him, and we're gonna take somebody else. Thanks, EA. That's great. There's somebody who's sitting there thinking, "Oh yeah, man, Vancouver. They don't want Quinn Hughes. They don't want that guy. They don't want that guy at all." Here's a guy, Thatcher Demko. He's a good player. Very good player. They just extended their other goalie, but Demko's also coming off an $8.5 million extension, and I'm not sure how much I want to take part in that deal. Let's see. What's the clause? No move. Yeah, we're not taking him. Honestly, I don't want him very much. That's a little sketchy of a contract. They got Drew O'Connor, and I'm not a big fan of him really. Yeah, I'm not too big of a fan of any of these guys. There's Jet Wu. Jet Wu. Also, Pierre-Olivier Joseph. We're gonna take Pierre-Olivier Joseph, another defenseman. I'm sure we have to take more forwards soon. William Karlsson. He's getting older, but that looks like a player. I can't see why I wouldn't want to take someone like that. They also have Alexander Holtz, a former 7th overall pick in 2020. This is a tough call. Alexander Holtz. Or do we want to start off with an 84 William Karlsson? William Karlsson. Two-way forward. We got a ton of two-way forwards, man. We're going to take Holtz. We're going to take a young sniper. We got Nick Robertson, but if we can grow 2 young snipers, I mean, we're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good if we can grow 2 of those guys. Here's Hendrix Lapierre, a two-way forward, but a lot of those, we got a lot of those guys here on Houston. Matt Roy could be a defenseman we trade, and I think that's what we're going to do. In our final pick of the draft, Dylan Sandberg is there. Nino Niederreiter, two-way forward. Adam Lowry, the captain. He's 1 year left. Who do we want from Winnipeg? Our final player is it's gonna have to be a goalie. So actually, I'm gonna go back to the teams to see if we can find a better one. Instead of Bukestad, we're gonna take Hofer here from St. Louis, the 22-year-old, 82 overall goalie. Not 22, 24, I believe. And our final pick from Winnipeg, yeah, there's not Anita Ryder, there's Dylan Sandberg. It looks like we can take whoever we want. I say we take Sandberg and get some cash, get some good players from him. Here is our entire team. Centers: Sharangovich, Newhook, Jury, Beecher, Dewar. No one exciting. That's the thing about our team. We got no one exciting. And honestly, other than Newhook, none of these guys are going to be any good. Jury, I like Jury a lot in this game. He'll be a good bottom 6 player for us, but he's never going to be anything more than that. Newhook, hopefully a second liner one day. Left wingers, we got Noah Cates. Once again, great bottom 6, but we're not winning a cup with this guy in our top 6. I can tell you that. I can promise you. A couple young left wingers, though. Nick Robertson, hopefully someone that can turn out good for us. Brett Berard, a good playmaker from the Rangers. And Jan Mysick, still ways away, but could be something. Right wingers, Samoskevich, probably our most promising player from the draft. That's big, from Florida. We got Holmstrom, once again, bottom 6 player. Podkolzin, a hopeful player. Hopefully, high third, low second line player. Same with Holtz. If he can even be a third line player, I'll be happy. He's an interesting one. He'd be a second liner, but I don't think so. Probably not. Defenseman, PP1, Shane Gostisbehere. We got Spurgeon, probably trading Spurgeon. Pesci, that we might trade or hold on to. We got Chernak and Roy. 3 defensive defensemen here. 4 defensive defensemen. So definitely two of these guys can go. Sandberg, Jacob Bernard Docker, which is a good one. That's one I like. Same with Justin Barron. We got Tyler Clevin, Pierre-Olivier Joseph, Nils Lundqvist, which is a good one too. Could be a good third pair, paired with one of those defensive defensemen. And Samuel Bolduc. Oh, and Svozil. So those are defensemen there. And in net, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, Soderblom, and Joel Hofer. That's our team. I like that team. And I'm sorry that I didn't pick Quinn Hughes, but I can't do it, man. I can't do it to myself. I feel like I'm destroying the integrity of the game doing that. Because you're not allowed. You're not allowed to cheese the game like that. They're waving in your face, but you know they don't want you to actually do it. They don't want you to. It's just not fair. So, here, we got the 5th overall pick. Let's see if we can ask anybody about. We'll look through and see if there's anyone with low ETA going a little later, and maybe we can trade up and make a play here in this first draft. One here, goalie, Semyon Frolov. The Russian goalie's supposed to go 18. Looks like a stud. We don't know much about him. Holy cow, let's look at him. Samuel Frolov. Alright, so we'll ask about the strengths and weaknesses here. Probably my vision for the game. I see stuff out on the ice that others usually miss. Weakness, I'm more of a passer than a shooter. Okay. From the goalie, I guess so. Readiness. I am on the cusp of competing. A goalie that's right there? Okay. He 1-year ETA goalie. He's a stud. We gotta pick him up. We're gonna be trading up for that guy next episode. I hope you guys agree, but dude, Semyon Frolov, the Russian, looks elite. Samuel Frolov. Also, Artemanov. Nikita Artemanov. He looks great too. Good puck skills, good senses. 1-year ETA. Holy guys, there's a couple sneaky guys in here. See? I know what I'm doing with the scouting. Looking down around the 20s. There's two amazing players right there. Puck skills, smooth hands. Weaknesses, his defense is not great. That's fine. Honestly, we don't need a great defensive player right now. We need someone that can figure something out, like offensively. We don't got any really offensive-minded players in our organization. 1-year ETA. So you guys decide. Who do you want? Both? 1-year ETA. Nikita Artemanov. Playmaker. No, actually, we didn't ask. We should have asked. That was a bad call. Artemanov. Let's see. Let's keep going through. Anyone else here that looks good? 3 years, 5 years. We're going to start going down to 3 years now. 2 years possibly. In the second round. I'll keep an eye on him quick. Keep looking. 2 years maybe. Oh, that's shooting. Justice Mallet. We're going to take a shot on Justice Mallet from the U.S. We're going to have a second rounder around this area, so this would work out perfectly if this guy's a good sniper. First, we'll ask him. He's a playmaker, I think. I think that's what that meant. Yeah. Couple seasons. A few seasons. Is that 2? Few seasons. I think that means 2. Or 3. That's 3. Okay, that sucks. Alright, 3 years away. So, I mean, he looks fine, but we don't really know too much about him. We're hoping that he was a 2-year guy. But, you guys need to let me know. What do you think we should do in the entry draft? This is a big draft. This is huge. We don't really got anyone. We're looking at Keatley, from France. The French center. Sniper. Keatley, the Russian goalie, Semyon Frolov, and Marcus Zaitsev. Oh, and here's the other guy, before you guys forget. Artemanov. So, let me know what we do next episode. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in a couple days.